19 protesters who were arrested by riot police in Haifa this weekend are out of jail as this famously mixed northern city of Israel simmers with tension right now amid fresh accusations of police brutality against Muslims. Those 19 arrests happened on Friday in a sweeping crackdown during a pro-Gaza support rally that filled the city's streets and blocked traffic. A small group is accused of assaulting a police officer, but most were arrested for the catch-all crime of disturbing the public order. 7 of the 19 who were jailed required medical treatment or hospitalization. A prominent Arab rights activist says an officer broke his knee long after his arrest. Another protest last night in Haifa. This one also brought hundreds of people to the streets. They were waving Palestinian flags, chanting anti-Israel slogans, and demanding freedom from the protesters who were jailed. The police commissioner is opening an investigation. Some of the injured activists are promising a lawsuit.
When it comes to parliament committees of finance, government offices are there asking for an increase in their budgets. The Israeli police are at nearly every meeting asking for increased budgets in order to strengthen their ties with the Arab public. These are the ties they want to have with the Arab public? If I get this kind of treatment as the head of a human rights organization who for the last 20 years has taken care of getting a budget for the Arab population, so I think the budget of the Israeli police needs to be cut, and they don't deserve one penny.
Joining me now is Alon Lee Green. Alon is the director of the organization Standing Together. He was also there participating at these demonstrations in Haifa. Thanks for being with us, Alon. I want to ask about the police response. Police say that a group of demonstrators did throw rocks at them. They were chanting anti-Israel slogans. It was a very chaotic scene, a tense scene. Could the officers have been acting simply out of fear for their own lives and the safety of those around them during this scuffle?
Well, more certainly not. Let me put things right. First of all, there was no one anti-Israeli slogan chanted in those demonstrations. I wasn't actually on the demonstration on Friday Eve in Haifa. I was one of the organizers. My movement, Standing Together, was the organizer of the demonstration yesterday in Haifa, which drew hundreds of Jews and Arabs, and we were actually protesting against the Gaza shooting and against the police violence. 21 demonstrators were arrested on Friday night. They were all released yesterday night without being actually accused of nothing. The judge actually came to the police, and she was angry with them, telling them, why did you bring all those 21 people to arrest? Why did you make them sit 3 days in the detention cell? This is something you must put right. It wasn't a violent demonstration. The one was violent was the police.
Alon, do you trust the police to conduct their own internal probe? Both the public security minister and the police commissioner say we accept the allegations, but we need time to investigate ourselves should they get the time to do it.
You really need to look at what happened. There was one prominent Arab leader, Jafar Farah, being photographed, and even in videos you can see him being brought to arrest, and then you could see him walk, and then long after he was actually already in the arrest, he got his knee broken. How does that thing happen? I mean, you must investigate it, and usually the percentage of investigations inside the police that are being just, dismantled and not being taken seriously are very high. So I think there needs to be independent investigation with the parliament and not only with the police.
Alon, police say that they were concerned for the risk of property damage and for their own safety. A lot of these arrests were for that crime of disturbing the public order. They were blocking streets and traffic. How do you weigh that concern, do you think, about the need to protect property versus free speech rights?
Last time I've checked, blocking the roads or disturbing people to walk on the sidewalk is not a reason to arrest a person or not a reason to beat and to break a knee of a person. And this is a very basic thing. We have the right to demonstrate. We have the right to exercise our freedom of speech. And I think it's something very important to say. Those demonstrations will not become so violent and so disturbing if the police will have a different response for them. I mean, being able to just exercise your freedom of speech and the right to demonstrate is something that will go much smoother if the police will know how to react to those things. Bringing horses and many vehicles and hundreds of police officers, this is more disturbing to the people and to the property than actually having a demonstration. They need to understand that the chief of police, they really need to understand that we have rights. Arabs in Israel, they have rights, and they have the right to demonstrate. They have the right to say their opinion. And I think you need to, you mustn't forget that it all started from something very basic. People in Gaza also have been shot dead. 61 of them has been shot dead just because they were trying to demonstrate. They were unarmed people. And you need to understand, if it starts there in Gaza, of course it's also getting inside Israel, and then Arabs are also being accused of being violent and not being able to have the right to demonstrate.